YSL clutch bag boss, love that my weave real long, do my squats for that. Love my attitude, so he call me Lil Brat. He love me long time, cause it's cash, yeah, I match that. Never took a L, lesson learned, and I bounce back. Tripping off a man, for what? I just fall back. I don't have the time to be giving out my time. Haters tryna dim my light, cause they know I'm about to shine. When they say I'm not hot, now you know you niggas lying. Tell your man get off my he keep tryna hit my line.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Hey my Brattie babes, it's me Chel'le, and I am back with my second video. You get a double dose today, you get a 2-for-1 special, you get that second video, and I'm proud of myself, because this is one more video than what I would normally do for videos, and I posted it, so I posted 2 videos, which makes it 2 video more than what I would normally post, yeah, so, before we get into anything, because this video right here, it is gonna wear me down. And I'm going to tell you why it's going to wear me down, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all why it's going to wear me down, but it's going to wear me down. But I know I'm going to get through it. Because I'm a G. I'm a rat. I'm a G. I got this. But before we do anything, before we talk about anything, I want you to pause this video, and I want you to subscribe to my channel, and I want you to hit that notification bell thing so you can know when I'm posting more videos, and I want you to like this video, share it, comment below on other videos that you want me to do. Just me and this hair fall, not again. Because I want it to stay back there, and it keeps coming to the front. Like, that's driving me crazy. But we're going to get to this video. So, that should have gave you enough time to do it. So if you didn't do it, why didn't you do it yet? Like, I'm trying to figure it out. Do it. Subscribe right now. For real. Like, come on, not playing. You can watch the second video, but you still didn't subscribe yet. Like, subscribe. Now. Today. Ahora. I think that's what that means. I know I heard the movie.
Alrighty. So, this video, y'all. This video. It's gonna drain me. Because I'm going to be talking about some things that I've never talked about before. I'm going to talk about serious matters of depression, anxiety, suicide. I'm going to talk about that type of stuff. And I know y'all wondering, what they got to do with you? That was all of me. Like, you know how they normally say that those friends that's the happiest, the friends that's the ones who make it seem like nothing's wrong, those friends are the ones you need to check on. That is actually true. All the way true, 100% true. Alright? So let's get into this video. Alright? Now, my mood may be different because I'm talking about it. And I ain't never talk about this with nobody else.
Nobody knows, neither my parents, neither my sisters. Nobody knows. I'm talking to you with you guys. And it's comfortable for me because I'm looking at the phone and it's a reflection of myself. So, I'm talking to myself. Bam. So let's get into this.
Where should I start? I'm gonna start by saying this. Some of you know me, some of you may not know me. My name is Michelle, but I go by Chel'le. And Chel'le was childhood. Okay, so I have 4 sisters, well, 3 sisters. I'm the fourth. I am the second oldest of the 4. Growing up in a house with sisters, my mom was in the house too, so that was like 5 girls, well, 4 girls and a woman, and my dad. And growing up in a house with all girls is a time, because we all have different personalities. Some of our personalities outweigh the other personalities. We don't always get along all of the time, which is very normal, but we get along, and then we don't get along, but then we get along, and then we don't get along. So it's normal. When you have sisters, it's normal. Those of you who have sisters understand exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, boom. I am the second of 4. Now, I am the quietest of the bunch. And that's primarily because my sisters are very boisterous and opinionated, which is not really a bad thing, but they're very boisterous and opinionated. And sometimes we're all trying to get our point across. My little voice is not loud enough to get across. So, yeah. And I tend to develop a shell now to where I'm very quiet and I'm very to myself and stuff like that. So, outside of home, it was the same way. Home wasn't really that bad, but outside of home it was the same way. Like, if I had friends, or when I had friends, I was that friend where no matter what I tried to tell y'all, no matter what I tried to say, my voice was never heard. So because my voice was, I'm so used to my voice not being heard, I don't say nothing, or I don't talk, or I don't really voice my opinion unless I'm upset about something or unless I'm very passionate about something. And when I do get upset about stuff and passionate about things, my voice tends to echo or get loud, and it may seem like I'm yelling, but sometimes I'm not yelling. It's just natural because I don't want to say ignored, but ignored a lot, and I feel like nobody can hear me if I'm talking normal, so I gotta elevate my voice. Okay, so in school it was that way too. From teachers to students, it was that way. Friends, it was the same way. It was always other people were louder than me. Other people's views mattered more than mine. So I really got into a shell and very timid, and I don't like to tell people how I feel. I don't like to express my opinion unless I really have to, but if I don't have to, then I won't. Okay, so that put me in a state of depression because there was some things that I always wanted to say. There was things that I always wanted to talk about, but I couldn't because nobody would listen. And I was too embarrassed or too, I don't know the word, to go talk to my mother and my father, my sisters about it, because I really didn't want to relive everything that I was feeling. I was feeling so many emotions. Like, I don't know if y'all know what it feels like not to be heard, but that is not a good feeling at all, because it's very draining, and to be in a constant box is very draining. Now, I'm gonna say I don't like being in a box, and I don't like being shy, and I don't like being quiet, and I'm working on fixing that. But given the circumstances and what I grew up with, that's the way that I am. Okay, so now that we got that out the way, let's talk about, that was like the start of depression for me. Not being heard was like the start of depression for me. 2 was being, I wouldn't say bullied, but bullied in school, and nobody knew. Like, people don't understand that being bullied is not necessarily mean that somebody have to put their hands on you. It was people talking about you as if you not there, but they know you there, which means they really wanted you to hear it, but they wouldn't say it to you. They would say it around you, if that makes sense. So growing up, I was always the one who wasn't, and I don't know if my sisters know this, they might or they may not know it, but I wasn't the pretty one of the bunch. I wasn't the fun one of the bunch. I wasn't enough for people, and that has me to how I am today. A lot of the times I tend to look into what people think of me more, because I would constantly hear, oh, she's this, she's that, she looks like this, she looks like that, and she needs to do this, and she needs to do that. And I grew up with that so much, not household wise, but I'm talking about like school wise, to the point where it's normal for me now. And if somebody don't do that, it's not normal. You feel me? So growing up in school, I was the one who, oh, she's not pretty enough, she's a baby girl, because I didn't wear everything that other people wore. And it wasn't because I didn't have the funds for it, or I didn't have it, because my mother gave us whatever we wanted, but I just wasn't into those things. And because I wasn't into those things, I was the baby girl. I was not mature enough. I was not fit. You feel me? I'm saying you feel me because it's kind of hard for me to say this, to talk about this. And so I'm gonna make jokes out of most of it, but I'm really serious. So regardless if I laugh or if I make a joke out of it, I'm being really serious. But I was baby girl. I was, oh, why she wearing that? What's she doing with that? Why she this? Why she that? You know? And growing up, like, kids are cruel, very, very cruel. And realizing that kids are cruel, it was, it was really hard. Guys that I would like were really rude. They were really mean, and they would be like, oh, you cool, but you don't look like blase, or you don't this, or you don't that. Or if I did, conversate or converse with a guy, and it went to a point where I was uncomfortable and I didn't want to talk like that, or I didn't want to do those things, it was, oh, you're a waste of time, so from elementary to high school, it went from appearance to figure. I'm not thick, I'm not skinny, I'm in between. I have humongous hips. I'm saying humongous hips. I don't know. They're humongous to me. Other people say they're not. Other people say they want them. I don't want them, but hey, whatever. It would go to, it went from the looks to the way my body was shaped. It was, I'm not gifted in the butt area. I'm a little booties matter type of girl. So, I would hear pancake, flat back, you look, your back just like this book, or your back is just like this table. And I would hear that for years to the point where I hated to even look at how I looked and stuff because of that. You feel me? And then sometimes I would, like when people would say it, I would make it out of a joke and laugh it off to make it seem like it don't bother me, but it really did bother me. Growing up, constantly hearing that is hard, even to this day. Like, anybody who knows me knows I don't wear, that's my niece, knows that I don't wear clothes that fit. I'm always wearing either a size too big or 2 sizes too big. And that's because I don't like my figure. I haven't fallen in love with it yet. So I'm gonna wait till she finishes because I don't feel like me doing this. Anyway, so I would buy clothes that was 1 size too big or 2 sizes too big, just because I didn't wanna because I don't want to deal with that. I don't like the way I look. And that's because growing up, it was always, you look like this, you just, stuff like that. From people that I liked and friends and stuff, friends make it a joke. Example, I was on color guard my freshman year of high school. They accepted me the most. And, you get a crab name. I had a crab name. My crab name was Storm. My crab name was Storm because the Storm of X-Men. They said that I was polypolar, bipolar, or whatever you want to call it, but I'm really not. I would go from 0 to 1,000, or some instances I would be very defensive of things, and it would be the littlest things I'd be very defensive. I was a ticking time bomb. I still am, and I'm a hothead now. So that's kind of why they gave me the name Storm, which I'm okay with because that's my personality sometimes. Fast forward, I've always been a dancer. I make the dance team. They decide, now when we got our crab name for color guards, we got it amongst each other. Nobody knew, nobody outside, none of that. For the dance team, when we got our crab names, it was second lunch in front of everybody. And my heart was racing, one, because you don't know what they're gonna call you. People got names based off of personalities. People got names based off of things that they did. Me and I think a couple of others got names based off of the way our body was. My crab name was Ice Cube, and when I heard it, I'm thinking Ice Cube the rapper. Now for the life of me, I couldn't understand the comparison. But when they started laughing and saying Ice Cube, I was like, Ice Cube as in like the icicle, as in I'm shaped like a square. As in flat back, as in pancake, as in you're flat as this desk. Follow me all the way up to high school. I was so embarrassed, and I get embarrassed very easily. I was so embarrassed. I was so aggravated, but I left it off and I pushed it deep down. And anybody who knows me knows that if I'm feeling a way about something, I'm gonna push it all the way down, and I'm a ticking time bomb. So when that last thing hits and I can't hold it anymore, and I wish they stopped with this truck. I can't hold it in, I explode. And that's how I am. So with that, I pushed it all the way down. It made my anxiety levels worse because I was always looking to see how other people perceive me. I was never enough for anybody. And to this day, somebody can give me a compliment and I won't know how to take it, and I still don't know how to take it. It's like a lot of times when I post pictures on Instagram, I post them and let them stay up for a while, and then I delete them, because then after a while I get self-conscious and I look at things and I start pointing out, oh, my stomach was flabby on this, my arm was this, my face was this, and then I erase it. But then I get pictures, I get comments saying, oh, you're beautiful, you're this, and you notice those people who do that, I never really go into much details. I may say, thank you. I may put a heart or some other emoji, and it never goes anywhere deeper. Going through that and feeling embarrassed and constantly getting embarrassed in front of people took a toll on me. I would go inside and cry, like the silent cry when nobody can hear me. I would shut down, and to this day I still do that. Like if I'm trying to get my point across and you're not listening to me, I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna start rocking and I'm gonna start crying. It's not because I'm trying to think. It's not because I'm a crybaby. It's because I'm upset and I'm furious that I can't get my point across. So I tend to shut all the way down, and I'm still that way, and I'm working on that. And I don't know. And it took me to a place where I was depressed, but like in my room I would be depressed, but outside I'll be laughing and joking and playing and running and all of those things. To this day I'm still that way. But when I get in my room, I break down. As soon as I hit that door sill, I break down. If anybody knows me, or anybody comes to my house, I'm always in my room. I'm never out unless we're having a family moment or something like that. And it took me to a point where suicidal thoughts start coming in. I tried to commit suicide, I want to say like 5 times, but I don't know why I never went through with it. I will always get to gathering the supplies and everything like that and never get to it. And it was like a lot of things, and I get angry a lot about things, and my mother and them don't really understand why, and I don't tell them why, but all of that stuff from childhood plays a part in it. And am I on the thing where I would commit suicide nowadays? No, because I'm more stronger than what I used to be. I'm more protective of myself and my feelings than what I used to be. So I'm really good with that. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. And I don't know why people don't think about the things that they say could affect somebody or hurt somebody's feelings. But it do. It really do. No matter how much if they don't say it or not, they really do. That's why I kind of make it my business not to make fun of people. And if I do make fun of people, I don't really make fun of people. It'd be like a joking matter. And if they get offended, I quickly apologize because I know what it feels like. But yeah. And I'm really tired of talking about it. It's more to this. But I don't want to get down in the dumps behind it. So that's all I have for you guys, because I'm trying to hold back my tears because I really want to cry, but I'm not gonna do that. that's all I have. I mean, check on those friends that are happy all the time and act like nothing's wrong because something's wrong. But that's it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. Tell me what you guys want to see. And always remember, life is more fun when you're Brattie.